hundreds of people obviously very gravely ill. All of those families would demand answers and transparency, and I don't think it's too much to ask.
A number of law firms and conservative think tanks are demanding financial compensation from China for its mishandling of the outbreak. In Germany, the country's largest tabloid paper, Bild, put together an invoice for China to the tune of $217 billion for the economic damages caused by the pandemic.
We will be able to pursue this in court and at some point bring China to bear so that they have to pay for what they've done.
According to the conservative UK think tank, the Henry Jackson Society, lawsuits against China could top $6.1 trillion from G7 nations alone. They argue the CCP's failure to disclose information in the disease's early days and incorrect information about the rate of infections breached several articles of the international health regulations, of which China is a signatory.
You bury the truth, you convey the impression of order, and you hope to goodness me that you're going to be able to get away with it. Of course they didn't. Of course they couldn't.
Trump revealed his administration was conducting serious investigations into China's handling of the disease outbreak.
We are not happy with China. We are not happy with that whole situation.
And thousands of Americans have reportedly signed on to a class action lawsuit in Florida to seek compensation for personal injuries, wrongful deaths, and other damages.
They knew about this virus. They failed to contain the virus. They failed to let us know in a timely fashion about the virus and have unleashed hell.
On December 30, Dr. Li Wenliang was one of 8 whistleblowers who tried to warn other medical workers of the outbreak, but he was reprimanded for rumour-mongering and forced into silence. According to an investigation by the Associated Press, on January 14, the head of China's National Health Commission said during a confidential call with health officials that the epidemic situation is still severe and complex, the most severe challenge since SARS in 2003, and is likely to develop into a major public health event. Leaked papers also revealed that the Chinese government knew that the virus could be transmitted from human to human at that time, but it wasn't until January 20, 6 days later, that the President Xi Jinping warned the public. During those 6 days, at least 3,000 more people were infected, and tens of thousands of people gathered for a mass banquet in Wuhan, the epicenter of the outbreak in China. And it was mid-February by the time China allowed World Health Organization doctors and epidemiologists into Wuhan. Health experts agree that China is underreporting its number of infections and deaths. Using photos of Wuhan funeral homes posted online, the Washington Post reported an implied death toll of 42,000 in the hotspot. A widely shared calculation based on cremation furnaces running non-stop, completing one cremation an hour, puts the toll as high as 46,800. These numbers represent at least 9 times the official death toll.
这种所谓的控告毫无事实和法律依据，十分荒唐。
China hasn't taken these accusations lying down, however. It's threatened a travel and trade boycott over Scott Morrison's push for an independent inquiry into the virus origins. The Chinese state-controlled People's Daily reported the troubled Morrison government is anxious to find an outlet for the domestic public's anger. China's ambassador to Australia also threatened economic retaliation, saying in an interview that maybe the ordinary people will say, why should we drink Australian wine, eat Australian beef? The parents of the students would also think whether this is the best place to send their kids. But PM Scott Morrison brushed off the criticism of Australia's virus probe.
Australia will do what's in our interest and in the global interest, and we will of course continue to support moves to ensure there's a proper independent assessment.